Hello, good evening. Today, as promised, we will be looking into Dart programming language, some basics about it, and why we should learn it. Of course, we have a busy life, so why should we spend our valuable time on Dart? So, let's get started. So, this is the website dart.dev. You can Google it. The first link would get you here. The Dart programming language is an object oriented programming language. So, what's an object orient? I'll explain you later. So, let's see their presentation first. Dart programming language is supported by Google and it's open source completely. You don't have to pay to use it. Paint your UI to life. Of course, we build UIs for multiple screens, an approachable, portable and productive language for high quality apps on any platform. It's a high level programming language which can run into multiple platforms. Brands like Apple and Google has their Android and iOS for the Apple side. So it can also run not only through mobile apps but also could run on the web platforms like web browsers, but also natively on desktop applications. So it's a very high level programming language. That is why we should consider learning it. That is completely open source and managed on GitHub. So if you are a contributor, you can join the open source improvements, or if you have any helpful widgets or plugins if you want to upload. It's a large community. There's a lot to learn here. If you are interested, your time will be definitely valuable and it will pay off at the end. So it's approachable and it's productive development in the sense it takes a lot less of development time. The community is very large. A specific Google team is working on it, improving it throughout the versions, and it's portable. It's definitely portable on all the platforms like mobile, desktop. Also, backend code can be written on Dart or compiled to web-based apps. Can directly compile to JavaScript because you don't have to write JavaScript again. It does it with WebAssembly. That's how it compiles its code to the web apart from mobile. You could see a function written here, fetch temperature. It's an asynchronous function. I'll explain you everything. This might be confusing for you right now, but once you understand the basics, this would be the things you would be playing with. It's very productive. I've been using it for long. It's really fast. Yes, compared to JavaScript, Dart is also really performance friendly. So you should also consider that. And we can try definitely Dart in our browser. Today, I'm going to introduce you to Dartpad. Dartpad is a web-based tool where you could write your Dart programming language. It's good for practicing if you are a beginner. If you like to use advanced tools like VS Code and other tools, the new Google's Firebase Studio is also great. You can explore that. Let's start with Dartpad because it's minimal. We can also use it for the practice and then later go on the VS Code. I use VS Code generally. So here is Dartpad. If I open it separately, you can simply Google Dartpad and then the first link will guide you to the original Dartpad on web. So this is how a Dartpad looks like. You could see 3 boxes and some links and some buttons over here. It looks nice, blue in color. Dart is blue as we can see through the logo, and this color would be followed all over our projects until we create our own custom colors and things. We would see how those things are defined into a project. We'll see those later. This is how a simple Dartpad looks like without any code. So these boxes are nothing but this is a playground where we could write stuff, and this is whatever we write here, check whether everything's fine. These things will definitely help you with errors and stuff and results. This is like your result. This is another, see whether our code is having some other issues like not only results but what is happening in runtime or what is happening while I'm running the code. There are a lot of stuff we are going to explore here. I'll explain all those terms in detail. Let's understand this. So this is an first empty Dartpad. I can create multiple Dartpads, save multiple versions of the code, and we could also find some samples here. So let's say a Fibonacci sequence. What's a Fibonacci sequence? Fibonacci sequence might be a bit complex for you starters or for beginners. I'll explain what Fibonacci is and how we can create Fibonacci sequences. There is some math going on there. I'll explain you. The basic concept is creating a sequence of numbers. I'll explain you how those Fibonacci sequences work. So let's start with hello world. I think it's getting loaded.